it's me, Kenneth. Here's the thing. Welcome back to another chicken review. I had filmed a day and a half ago the whole chicken review for this new place we're at called Little George's. And it was great, as in it was a good video, I think. We'll never know because the main chunk of it was corrupted.
I'm serious about...
I couldn't get it back. So here we are with the leftovers of said Little George's, and I'm gonna kind of just go over everything I had said during the initial filming, and also I'm gonna eat the leftovers, which is just a piece of breast and some French fries, and I'll talk about what my experience was like, because that's how reviews go. I guess the best way to do this would be, I'll kind of reenact what I had said, or what I remember I had said, and also you're gonna hear some banging and slamming. I don't know, I guess our landlords are just renovating a suite next to us. It's very loud, it's been very loud all day. So let's start with the French fry. We'll have to just kind of zip through and make do with what we have. I'll cut to, if I have any thoughts in the footage that worked, I'll cut to any of that stuff. So what I had ordered initially was chicken meal, which comes with French fries, gravy, motorcycle, and the chicken. I also got jalapeno poppers, which you know I always like to get. And I also got some deep fried mushrooms, which was different. I'd never had that before, but that was an interesting experience. But let's start with the French fry, and I'll give you the rating as we go along. It'll just be easier that way. Ironically, the French fries are better reheated because I used the toaster oven. They were pretty soggy by the time we had gotten them home. Went to go pick them up. Wasn't very far away, but the fries were already fairly soggy by the time we got home and started eating. At the time, I think I gave the French fries a B. I think a B.
That's a B!
I'll still give them a B. Okay crunch, now that we've baked them in the toaster oven. But on the day of, they were not crunchy at all, basically. Next, let's talk about the jalapeno popper. I'll cut to footage of it if we have any footage of it. But I took a bite and I was like, ooh, hot! That was so hot! Temperature hot. And then we cracked it open, and it was just half a jalapeno hollowed out and just full of just like Philadelphia cream cheese. It was liquid cheese, but not in like a really good way liquid cheese. It was edible and it tasted just fine, but the entire jalapeno popper was fully battered and encased. So even though it was half a slice, it was fully, completely battered, which is not uncommon, but it wasn't my favorite. I think I gave it maybe a B or a C. When I first tried it, it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't special in really any way. It wasn't offensive, but it was not delicious, I should say. So jalapeno popper, give that a, well, from memory, I think a C. But I think on camera I probably said B. We'll give it a C+, C+. Next we tried the mushroom. The mushroom was great because it was like a ball. It's just a bunch of mushrooms that they fully battered and deep fried. And I really liked it. I remember I really liked it because it reminded me of fondue that we used to have at home. You know, you would batter it and then you put it in the oil and you could eat it. And it was good, actually. It was super plain, same thing. It was literally just a mushroom, just battered and deep fried. No special anything. It came with like a Thai sweet chili sauce and a plum sauce maybe even. It was a plum sauce. Dipping that was pretty tasty. But I remember I was like, bite, squirt, because the mushroom was just leaking water. Oh, it's dripping! But I gave it an A because I really liked it. I think I gave it an A for nostalgia purposes. Man, these fries are dry and flavorless. I almost forgot. As well, with my meal, I got a big piece of garlic bread. Like, a really big piece of garlic bread. And that was the only item, I remember very clearly, that was the only item I gave an S rating. A super rating, because it was good. It was a very big, I didn't pay for it, I think it came with the meal. The only thing I had to say about it was, hey, that's a lot of carbs. French fries, deep fried, jalapeno, and garlic bread, and fried chicken. It was just a lot. Which is whatever, you treat yourself, you eat a little bit something special. But yeah, the garlic bread was actually good. It was seasoned tastily, it was warm and toasted, and it was just a good piece of garlic bread. I'm so sad I almost forgot about the garlic bread, but I didn't. Okay, next, I think we tried the gravy. We dipped the fry in the gravy. I was like, that gravy, And it was okay, I think they gave the gravy an A as well, because it was like, same thing, kind of bland, but it was just straight up decent beef gravy. I was okay with it. It's pretty much gravy. I'll give it an A. This restaurant, it was funny because I remember when I had called for pickup, I had asked about the fried chicken, and the girl on the phone, I said, can I request dark meat? And she said, actually, I think it's like a pre-portioned thing, which made me nervous because it means that maybe they source it in and they just buy like a frozen fried chicken kit or something and they just deep fry it and they send it out. Or they made like a bunch in advance and then they portion it and then same thing, they cook it on demand. Either way, it worried me. So we got to the chicken and we kind of had the confirmation. So I think I do have some footage of me zooming in on the chicken, but I'll show you this chicken. This is a leftover piece of breast. I remember saying the breast was not terrible, like the seasoning, still super bland, kind of salty, kind of peppery, not really anything. But I remember at one point, the batter separated from the skin, not batter and skin separated from the meat. It was like the batter separated from the skin, and you looked under it, it just looked like boiled chicken. I might have footage of that. I'll cut to it if there is. Anyways, so the meat, I remember saying that it was like you can still see it. It's still decent quality. It's like a pretty solid quality, nice chicken breast, but it's like dry and chalky. And it was at the time as well, kind of dry and chalky because it's white meat and it's dry and chalky, which is why I don't like it. But the overall thing I kept saying was like, it wasn't offensive. It was like I made shake and bake chicken at home and I was none too impressed, I should say. So that was my verdict on the white meat. The dark meat was not as bad. It was moist, but it was still just like super plain. It was like cafeteria lunch fried chicken. It was just brutal. But then, of course, dipping it in the gravy, it helped a little bit. I think I ended up giving the chicken breast a C and the chicken thigh a B. And that's kind of the whole situation on Little George's. Did I say it's called Little George's? We're eating chicken from Little George's. I was recommended to try it out, and I have to be honest, I will not recommend going there for their fried chicken. The one thing I did note really, really excessively in the first recording was that when I walked in for pickup, the place smelled delicious through my mask and everything. I was like, woo, this restaurant smells good. A big red flag for me when I go to restaurants, or especially when I'm looking for one thing specifically and it's a new place, if the restaurant has too many items on their menu, but they make pizza, they make Greek food, they make pasta, they have fried chicken apparently, and they also have deep fry anything you ask them, it seems like they'll just deep fry it. So, I don't know, man. I might go back. I would like to go back and try their other items, but I cannot by any stretch of the imagination recommend their fried chicken. Don't do it. It was 14 bucks for the meal, so chicken, 3 pieces. It was a thigh, a breast, and a wing, and a very generous serving of French fries. That's cool. And then a canned drink. That was $14, almost $15. I can't recommend that. It's like, again, it's not offensive. It wasn't disgusting. It was just so plain and so unappetizing for me to eat it. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Don't go to Little George's for their fried chicken. At least I won't again. I'll just say that. At least I will never go again. If there's any extra footage that we didn't cover, I'll intersplice it through here anywhere I can. And then I think we're gonna shoot to Kenneth from the other day to final thoughts. More final thoughts. This is me again. Excuse me, I've had enough. It's been like 10 minutes. Just been picking away at everything. I've had enough. I think it's my own fault. I picked all the deep fried stuff. To be fair, I didn't think the jalapeno bombers would be, or poppers would be completely deep fried like this. To be fair. The mushrooms, still delicious. I'm gonna bump them up. Nope, I'm gonna keep them at A tier. They're not that good, but they're really good still. Not that good. What? But everything is deep fried. So now I have like a big ball of just grease and batter in my stomach. So I'm pretty much done with this meal. I'll save it, I'll eat it slowly throughout this week. It'll be a nice little revisit. But Little George's, I bet they got good pizza. Don't get the chicken, guys. I'm working through it. Like, it's not even that the chicken's bad, it's just not worth it, if that makes sense. 14 bucks, almost $15 for this piece of chicken breast. I could buy 5 chicken breasts at the store for like $18. And I could make a bunch of this exact same kind of chicken breast. In my opinion, fried chicken from Little George's is, it's not gonna be on my top favorite list, I should say that. I would say it's the most okay fried chicken I've ever had. Because like, I don't know, it seems like the only reason it's listed as a fried chicken is because they literally deep fried it, but otherwise it doesn't have like any standout qualities. That's kind of how I feel about that. That's it. That's another chicken review in the bag. Thank you guys for watching. If you aren't caught up on all the other ones, we have like 5 episodes to go back to and watch. But thanks to Little George's, my search for my favorite fried chicken continues in the city of Nanaimo. Actually, next time we might not be next time we might not be in Nanaimo. I think I hit most of the Nanaimo fried chicken spots or places that have fried chicken. There are some places just outside of town that apparently have pretty decent fried chicken. So we're gonna have to try them out. The journey continues. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on twitch.tv/KenFTheManeth. Bye-bye. Here are just some shots of me eating, because that's all missing.